Right, good evening. Welcome to VP4TV. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I should have my audio back to normal. We shouldn't have the clunky rails. I'm just going to bail out for a second to bring Steve in. Welcome to Steve.
Welcome.
Well, this is going to be a close call tonight, this match. Round 3 match in the Virtual Bank Pool World Championship between MC Clarkey from the UK, from England, and Albinario from Sweden. Albi was in getting practice earlier on today. Matt's been in for the last hour or so, at least I saw him about an hour ago. I don't know whether he's still there. Yes, he is, he's in a room. So it might be close to call, this one. I don't know what you think, Steve.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I haven't seen Albin play Banks. I was impressed with the way Matt played, especially the fact that he's shooting multi-rail banks, which I've seen very few people shoot, and that's actually a big advantage if you can play those and hit them well, because it allows you to a lot more option as far as balls you can shoot at and protecting the cue ball. So Matt may have an advantage in that sense, but again, I haven't seen Albin play Banks, so he usually plays everything pretty well.
I don't know whether I've streamed one of Albi's match. Did Albi play LS3? I can't remember. I thought I'd... what the hell am I now? Trying to find... oh, there's that link that I put earlier on. Charlie spinning the plates. Where the hell is this? There we are, that's it. Oh, that's a snooker match that's set for the weekend. Just a quick reminder, guys. There's another one. You've got Mal and Matt on Saturday, which starts at 9 PM. So you've got Albi and Semi-Pro on the Sunday. These are the Albi Semi-Pro match and the Barker's Hazaric match is the ones that Slim we're going to do. The only thing is that the Saturday night one as well, if he's around he can do that one, because that's too late for me. There's other matches to cover which we'll do later on. We'll get into the room once it goes up, which it should be going up any second now. Welcome to Cobra, welcome to Bill, and anybody else that's out there.
Mark's here.
Yeah, I'm going to try and explain to the guys how my audio got fixed. It seems a bit strange to me. First of all, these headphones, these Razer headphones, the green headphones that I got, when they plug into the... Now bearing in mind the PC had Windows reinstalled and everything, so everything was clean. So when I plugged the headphones back into the PC when I got it home, the headphones don't show up as Razer headphones in the sound setup. They just show up as your sound card, the Realtek high definition audio thing, and it automatically set them to default. So I've got it set for default for my mic and default for the speakers. Now the strange thing is that in the system sounds it's set to default, and that's the way it was set once I got it home. And so that's why we were hearing the VP4 balls bouncing off the rails like bricks, and I had to turn everything way down. I've now got VP4 back up full blast. It's up at 10 and everything sounds normal. But how I fixed it was I went into the system sounds, and instead of having it set to what it said default, I actually physically set it to Realtek high definition audio, and that's what fixed it. It's still the same thing, and I don't know why it's like that.
Big choice here for Matt. I'd be banking this 4-ball with inside and draw, and holding the cue ball here. Matt's going to basically just play safe.
Yeah.
And I don't think he did. I think he left the 1 ball.
Yeah, the one,
That wasn't,
that
yeah,
one will go.
it wasn't a good safety. He left the 1.
Well, Albie's not looking at it. He's looking at the 7.
I don't know why he would be looking at the 7, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's
Well,
way
so
wide at
I
that.
didn't even think the 7 went.
I mean, even for a numpty like me, that one ball looked a banker. You know, 9.5 times out of 10, you're going to get that one ball.
Well, a lot of choices. The 2, the 6, the 3, these all bank. I think it depends on what you're most comfortable with.
He's tried to
Yeah.
cut across it to bank it. Obviously, the line
Well,
wasn't there.
yeah, no, he could have, but he needed a little right English. It wasn't gonna get enough spin. Now the shot here is a 5 ball. There's just no doubt in my mind. The 5 ball's the one to shoot. He's gonna shoot at the 1.
It's a bit short again. Good evening to Mark.
Matt will shoot at 8 ball. And the 8 ball is a nice little bank. I mean, you have to be used to banking these, but it's definitely on. He's not even looking at the 8 ball, which kind of surprises me. I mean, it's definitely the easiest shot he's got.
Yeah, and it's comfortably off the rail just to cut it back.
Yeah, I mean, there's no double kiss because you're going to cut this pretty thin because the cue ball is going to make the 8 ball get right-hand English on it and hold it. So you're cutting this 8 ball pretty thin to make it. That was the wrong way to shoot it. See, he put right-hand English on it, which is going to
immediately sent it to the short rail.
Well, no, a double kiss. The problem is when you put when you put right-hand English on it, you got to hit it thicker. He didn't want to hit that thick. It was too close to the rail. He wanted to use no English at all. I mean, this is a strange start for Matt. He's done 2 really bad decisions, and now Albin's, he's making this for sure, and probably get shape on the 3 ball. You know, Albin moves the cue ball well. That's one of his advantages. The 3 ball goes, you got to hit it hard and with draw and right-hand English. And I don't think that's enough right-hand English. Maybe it is. He is hitting it the right way. I would put more on it. I think that's probably enough. He hits it. Yeah, that was plenty. Good shot. He actually, cue ball almost double kissed. He was actually aimed a little bit to the right of the center.
Hang on a minute. What's it saying up the top right of the screen there, Steve?
It says illegal shot. Did he get a double kiss? Replay it.
What the hell happened there?
What?
Oh, he must have just skimmed it. It must have just skimmed it.
Yeah, but that's because that happened because he was hitting over. It's a double kiss. He was hitting over on, see, watch the cue ball move over to the right.
Yeah,
and the reason why, if he didn't have to hit it that way.
That's nowhere near it.
That's a double kiss. You look at it again. I just saw it on my screen on the replay. I don't know what you're looking at.
Well, a lot of the guys will agree with me that the ball didn't physically touch it. That's one of these thin air double kisses that you get in VP4.
It's very slight. It's very slight. But, the thing is he didn't need to hit it that way. He could have aimed straight on it and hit it harder and it would have gone in. And, he hit it in a way that was risky. Well, Matt's going to shoot at this 9 ball, and it's not a great shot to shoot at.
Uh-oh, hang on a minute here. We've got a problem, Houston. We've got a problem. I don't think either of them will go. I think they're blocking one another in the pocket. I think they're nailed.
They may be.
Yes, mock the afflicted, Cobra. Why not? Why don't you? Oh, here we go. Well, this is going to... Oh, well, that sorts out the blockage. Well, this 5 up and down looks good to me. I like that.
I got my microphone adjusted so I can eat and you can't hear it.
Uh-oh. I thought he was going to scratch there. Now, I presume from the lack of comments in the chat that everybody's quite happy with the audio now. I don't have any complaints other than the fact that they can hear my voice. That's probably the biggest complaint.
This is a tricky shot. I think he needs to put a little right English on it, to be honest with you, to help avoid the kiss. I mean, Matt has come out and had plenty of good looks, and Matt has come out really cold, so he needs to get something going.
Well, he's still in -1, and he's as cold as a temperature, -1
I like
degree.
banking the 6 on the side here. Hit it with right hand English and draw. Go past the 4 ball off the end rail and back out.
There's a lot of background noise.
From me?
No, I don't know, maybe from me. Because I think I set everything in my mic to default in the sound settings.
Well, he hit that pretty good. And he got a little lucky getting a 6 ball in the way, but, you know, that was a good shot to shoot at, because there wasn't going to be anything easy. Albin's got nothing, so this is where you just, you know, you probably want to just make the 9 ball here and leave the cue ball frozen on the end rail and let Matt figure out what to do. I would not be shooting at this.
A good shot.
But what do I know? He hit it good. And now he can shoot at the 6 ball, because that's pretty much a free shot. The only thing you're going to leave when you miss this is a 2 railer and a 7. I would not draw this back unless he's so confident that he's going to play shape on the 7. Yeah, so that was a mistake, because you let that cue ball go forward, because then you don't give up a shot, because the 3-9 are blocking that pocket. Albin drew it back, and if he missed that, he was giving up something. Oh, Matt finally got a ball in.
Yeah, he's got another to follow, but nothing
And
much else.
he needs to get this ball drawn back if he wants to shoot the 8 ball, I think.
You're cutting out a bit, Steve.
Well, there he goes. Well, maybe I need to turn the sensitivity up a little. That's perfect.
That's excellent. Well, now he's got a duck, hasn't he? Unless he tries to reverse bank that 3, but it's right in the point, I think.
Let me know if I still cut out. I tweaked it a little. This 3 ball is very tight. I think it'll go, but you'd have to hit it with the right hand English, and I honestly don't think it's worth it. That's not bad, even though that you can bank that 3 in this corner where the cue ball's at, but it's tricky. You have to really spin this up, because you're cutting across the ball in a way that's going to put right hand English on the cue ball, so you've got to overcome that with a ton of cue ball spin, and that's what Albin's trying to do. Hit it pretty good. Not quite good enough. Yeah, he hit that real good just to get it there. And that was a hard shot to get to go in. Well, this is an interesting situation here, because I would make the 5 ball and put the cue ball up on the end rail, because I would not leave the cue ball. Well, that's not terrible. He got it back where he's almost in line. You can shoot at this 9 ball, but it's not worth it in my opinion.
5 looks better to me if you're going to try and cut it across. No, in fact, it won't. It's nailed to the 6. There's no room.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad play, because he's brought the 9 ball out, and you know, this is what you want to do in these situations: is get a ball that can be banked, but not leave it for your opponent. And that's a really smart play there. That was well done by Matt. You know, this is getting a little trickier here now. Somebody's giving up a shot. It may be Albin right here. That was a really good shot by Matt. The smart play is probably to kick at the 9 ball, but, you know, soft kick at the 9 ball, but he's going to soft kick at the 9 or 3. I like this play a lot, except he missed him. And he gave up the 9. That hurts.
So we're now back all square to a piece.
So the simple bank for this 9 is cross corner. That's what that's what I'd shoot, and I'd shoot at pocket speed. I wouldn't hit it hard. Well, he didn't hit it very good. That was the right shot, but he hit it terrible. I mean, that was off by a diamond and a half.
Oh, Stubbs in the house. Ya damn bastards. Nobody will outbank Stubbs K.
Well, they don't have to. They just have to outthink him. And Albin just gave up another one. Now, this ball is not as hard to bank as people think.
Yes. Oh, well, that did everything but go in.
Boy, he hit that good. So, Albin should make the 9 and go take the cue ball up table. Yeah, see, I like that a lot better than leaving it down here. Give him some distance on those. He should probably make the 3. I would not be shooting at this. That's a crazy shot.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he's probably got away with it, though.
Well, he hit it good enough he didn't give anything up. The thing about banks is pocket speed is sometimes a great thing to do, because if you leave it by the pocket, you're usually not leaving a bank. So one pocket's a lot like that. You shoot a lot of banks in one pocket, pocket speed, because if they don't go in, you want them right in front of your pocket. Bank pool, you know, kind of alternates between blasting them to take some of the variables out, and then hit them at pocket speed so that you know, it's a way of playing it almost like a two-way shot. And this is no good. I mean, this bank is on a 9 ball is not that difficult. You need to hit this with you really should hit this with left English. So he's putting right on it, which I don't like. Now he's in the middle. He needs left. You want to hold this ball some, and you want to make sure the cue ball doesn't hit the 3. Like that.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why he put left English on it. Not only does it make the bank better, but then you don't hit the 3 ball. He got lucky here that he didn't give up a shot. That was extremely lucky. Yeah, Matt doesn't have a lot here.
He could be crossing this up in the top left past the 9.
Yeah, but I've been watching guys shoot that shot exactly like that in every single match.
It's like
they never get it opened up enough. It's a shot that's worth practicing, because I haven't seen anybody hit it very well yet. So he's got a 2-railer on the 9 if he wants it. You're not looking at it. I'd shoot the 2-railer on the 9 because it brings the cue ball back up here to the top.
Oh, just
now Matt may shoot the 2-railer. Shoot the 2-railer and leave the cue ball. That's what he's doing. Leave the cue ball like right on the center dot or close. Try to kill the cue ball. Oh, he didn't hit that good. He tried to bring the cue ball. He tried to bring the cue ball out, which wasn't a bad idea, but he hit the bank really poorly. One thing about VP, the long banks are easier than real life, but certain types of long banks, like the one Albin just shot, aren't as easy. So as a player, when you're like gonna try to like make a ball in the corner pocket and leave the cue ball up on the rail, you've got to be able to recognize which that was a poor shot to shoot at, which long banks are going to be difficult for your opponent and which are going to be easy.
Do you understand what Semi-Pro's talking about, Steve, in his last 2 comments? Or his comment above the big comment?
Well, I mean, the balls will throw, but these balls are pretty clean. They're not going to throw a lot in that way. I mean, that's a common one-pocket shot with 2 balls. It's actually It's actually a two railer in one pocket. You're banking a back ball two rails and you're trying to force the front ball towards the pocket. That was well played.
Well, this is...
See how much spin he put on the cue ball there?
Yeah, this is, what, 20, almost 20 minutes into this first rack.
Well, I mean, they're both trying not to give up shots, and they're both missing a lot of shots you'd expect them to make. Now, this is a perfect two railer, this one ball. I'm not saying it's an easy shot, but that's what you got to shoot here. And he is going to shoot it. Now, I would use right English to help this, because it'll need a little bit of help. And he did that, but...
Oh, that's way off the mark.
Yeah.
You don't think he needed to hit that a bit firmer?
No, but he needed to hit that, cut that ball a lot more. And, you know, the reason why guys are missing that shot by so much is because they don't play a lot of one pocket. You know, a one pocket player may not make that, but it's going to typically be a lot closer.
I think that one ball might have come to the rescue.
Okay, so if you want here, two railer on the three ball.
Yeah, the six will go though.
Or you can shoot the two railer on the six ball. And nobody's thinking this way, but that six ball, that two railer is not that difficult. See, I would shoot the two railer on the six before I tried this one ball. This one ball's hard.
Where's he two rail in the six ball to, Steve?
Into the side pocket.
Oh, you mean double bank?
It's a two rail bank.
Yeah.
Into the side pocket, back and forth. Isn't two rail the same as double?
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking around the table into corner pocket, so.
No, just back and forth into the side. That six ball was a real easy shot. All you got to do is hit it so that it comes up about, a couple inches short of the other side, and it's going in.
Here's a bit of advice, Steve. Keep it simple for us numpties and just call it a double bank.
Well, just like we're having to learn the snooker lingo, you're going to have to learn the bank lingo.
So, Albie is on the hill in this rack.
Yeah, but nothing's safe. I mean, this is a situation where, Matt played for shape on the three ball, and that's what I would have done. In that situation, I would have tried to bank the six, play shape on the three, and try to end it. You got to miss the kiss here. You have to do something with the cue ball on that three. Albin recognizes a kiss. He's looking to go away from it. This bank cutting back is tricky.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Perfect. That's the game winner.
And that's a winner. Well, Matt played pretty poorly that game. Hit a lot of bad shots and made some bad decisions. That wasn't the Matt we saw against Larry. Let's see if he can get something going.
Couple of balls.
Well, there's a whole crop load of balls in, which is not really what you want in banks.
Yeah,
you're better off not making tons of them. The 8 ball's no good. I think he'll shoot the 9. That's probably his best shot. Long rail the 9 and leave the cue ball up at the end. You could play for a shot on the 1, but chances are you're not going to. You have to get high on the 1 to have a shot, and I don't think you can do it with this angle on the 9. So I think it's bank the 9 and don't leave a lot. Now he's trying to play shape, I think, which
well done.
And he didn't get it. I mean, he tried to play for position. He's got the 7 ball, which that sort of bank is not a super high percentage. He could shoot the 3 ball. That's not a super high percentage either. He doesn't have anything that's easy. If he does shoot the 7 ball, I would try to protect the cue ball because that's a hard shot.
Well done.
Hit it good.
Now he's good.
Yeah. Now I think he's got either the 3 or 4. Kind of decides what you like. Looks like he's going to shoot the 4. See if he uses any English to help it. Maybe a teeny bit, not much. Yep, well done.
And he's sitting well, they say reasonably good in the 3, but he's going to have to pick that line.
Yeah, this kind of bank is, it's not an automatic one, that's for sure, but it can be made. He's trying to decide he's going to go on the side, and I kind of like this. See how he's digging in with the right English? That makes the shot a lot easier, because when you dig in like that, you can really turn the ball, and he turned it too much. Well, I mean, Matt can shoot at the 8. I like that. This 3 ball, he's going to have to really crank this, and he did.
I'll be off the mark.
He got into that one real good. That was nice. That was a nice shot there. So
is he going to cut across that 6?
I was confused. I thought it was Albin shooting the other ones. It was Matt.
Oh, this looks nice pace. It's just going too
I don't know who's who. Well, Matt's doing what he needs to.
Now, can you squeeze that to the side of the 8 and bank
I
it?
don't think so. It's tough. You'd have to hit it with a lot of left English and blast it, and even then it may not go. I think it'll go. It's just you have to hit it real good. I don't know what he's looking at here. Maybe he's playing safe. I mean, there's nothing up there at the 1 ball. What the heck's he doing? He must be playing safe because there's nothing there. Yeah.
This is going to duck behind, I think. Yeah,
I think he's going to leave it. Yeah, that wasn't a very good safety.
No,
I'll say this about playing safe in that kind of situation with that 1 ball. You're better off.
I was about to say there, Steve, that when he banked that one, I was about to say, I wonder if he's going to get crazy and try and draw into these balls and open them up, and he's just got the little chip and he's on the 2.
Yeah. See, Matt made a big mistake there. Yeah. What he should have done is something simple. Just roll the cue ball up and bump the 1 ball into the end rail. He tried to bring the 1 ball all the way back down the table, but the question is like, why? I mean, very nice shot there. What good does that do you? Instead, he tries to play a tricky shot, and it gets away from him, and he could lose the game because of it. And really, all I need to do is roll the cue ball slow and bump the 1 ball to the rail, and he doesn't give anything up.
Game ball, and then it goes.
Yep, there it is.
2-0.
So, that bad decision on how to play safe.
That was costly.
I'll tell you something. You'll really learn this if you play 1 pocket. A lot of times the really simple shot is the best shot. As soon as you start doing anything that's got more complexity, you got to think twice about it because it's just a lot easier to screw it up. I mean, Matt could have hit that good, but he didn't need to shoot that shot. He didn't need to take that risk.
Well, we had a 20-odd minute first rack, and then we had a 3-minute second rack.
Well, these guys both bank pretty well, so, I mean, it's obvious guys are going to run balls. So, Matt's probably going to have to. He doesn't have to shoot at something. He's got to protect if he doesn't.
Well,
I mean, he doesn't want to leave. The 4 ball's a little tough where the 2 ball is. He could just shove this thing down on top of the 3 ball. Again, there he goes. All he had to do was like roll up to it, and instead he hits it hard and double kisses it, and this is how you get yourself in trouble.
I don't think he's left an awful lot though.
Well, he got lucky. I mean, just do something simple. Just roll up on the ball. Don't he ends up doing. I don't know what he was trying to do. I guarantee it wasn't a double kiss.
Sit right on top of it like a Chinese snooker.
Yeah, I don't do. Make your life simple. Don't do anything that you can screw up. Well, I mean, Albin could just roll up on this 3 ball if he wants. I mean, that 4 ball's no bargain to bank it, and that's the only thing you're probably leaving. I guess you could leave the 8 ball. You got to be a little careful about that. Did he get to a rail? He didn't get to a rail. Yeah, see, so that was the right shot, poorly executed. But that's what Matt should have done. I mean, Albin did the right thing. You got to make sure you get a ball to the rail, and that's a smart play there. Okay, Matt's finally got his brain back here. Now he's thinking. Put the pressure on Albin to do something here, because there's really nothing you want to shoot at there. And it shows you the power of doing something simple. That's a simple little shot he shot there, and like Albin's in trouble.
I think he might just roll into the 3. Yeah, I don't think he's got
He
many
might.
other options.
And that's a smart play.
Well, there is a cross in the 9 if Matt wants to get wild.
Boy, I wouldn't want to shoot at that. I mean, it's not a terrible shot if you're comfortable with it. You know, at some point you have to take some chances, and it might be worth shooting at this because it's really not. It's about a half ball hit. The tendency would be to bank this shot long. It's gonna throw. It's gonna turn over quite a bit, that 9 ball.
He's thinking different.
Well, and now he didn't even leave the cross bank on the 9 now. Yeah, I might have shot that 9 ball. Because, you know, one thing you got to consider is, well, what am I going to get? Where is this going? You can try to plan your mind so far ahead. So he's got this cross bank again. I would shoot this at this point. I would shoot the 9 ball.
Albie's hedging his bets here that Matt's going to take the bait here eventually. I think
that 9 ball is a reasonable shot if you understand it. If you don't understand it, you don't want to shoot at it.
I think he's
again. The tendency here is to bank long.
That was perfect. Absolutely,
and he hit it perfect. Yeah, and I think that's a good shot to shoot at because there's not a lot that's going to come up. Now, I don't know that he got a lot here. He can shoot at the 5 ball. The question is, are you going to play shape or just duck?
You notice how I got
well done.
You notice how I got an evening cue from Coldest Pillow and you get absolutely nothing, Steve?
Well, that's what I deserve. So this is interesting. He's got to decide what he's going to do. Well, and he certainly isn't giving up anything there. But before you shoot that shot, you got to think, well, if I do this, what's my opponent going to do? What would he have? And that may be the best shot. Maybe making the 3 was a better shot. I think that was probably the best shot. But you really need to think that. What should I do? And see, he's put Albin in a difficult situation, and Albin's coughing up shots.
Yeah. Again,
so what you got to be careful about here is you got to be careful you don't sell out something. If he could shoot the 4, I think he can shoot the 6. I think he can shoot the 7 possibly.
Oh, that's tight.
I think the 7's probably the safest shot.
Past the 4 and 6. Oh, aye, beautiful. What do I know? I mean, that looked tight to me, but when you look at it, there's all the room in the world to get past it.
Now the 8 ball's tight. The 1 ball you can shoot, but that's a tough shot. Let's see, if you just roll up on the 3, that's pretty safe. You can just make the 3. Well, you're going to leave a shot on the 3, but the 8 ball's his big problem. He's got to protect from leaving a shot on the 8 or the 1. The 4 and the 6 aren't really an issue, except if you get more straight across from them. And that's a pretty good play. That was very smart play. So now the reason why that was so smart is not only didn't he leave a shot, but he put balls out in the open, so it makes it hard for Albin to play safe. That was really a brilliant play there, as you guys over there would say.
Well, he's looking at corner pocket.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. I'm not saying it won't go, but this is tough. If he makes this, it's a great shot.
It's just going a bit wide.
Yeah, that kind of shot's tough.
Well, he's given up
So,
the 4.
well,
He's
not only
given
is he
up
giving
the
up
8.
the 4, but he can just stop it and shoot the 2 or the 6.
Yeah.
Probably just stop it and shoot the 2.
Matt only needs 2.
He's
them.
going forward. I think stopping it is a little problematic with the angle he had. I don't think he could just stop it. I was incorrect about that. And he didn't come out very good because he doesn't have much.
Those nudges haven't done him any favors.
Well, what he can do is he can shoot the 8 ball and draw the cue ball, and he won't leave anything. Shoots the 8 ball, draws the cue ball back towards where he is, and he's good. And that's what he's going to do. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That's all the problem with missing balls is the ball you miss you could sell out.
Well, Albie's got a long way to go to win this rack.
Yeah.
He's still in
And he's really only got 3 balls out and open. I mean, the 1 ball will go if you're in the right spot, but
that'll be dead, that 8 ball.
yeah. And he just gave up he gave up the 6 ball.
Matt just needs to make
sure. Looks like Matt's going to shoot the 2 ball.
Yeah, he just stays away from that 8 and 3, and he's got the rack 1.
Now this is just hit it hard. It's going to shorten.
So
yep, well done.
Matt off the mark. Yep. Now I'm going to tab out for a second, guys, just to have a look at this sound set and see if I can get rid of what this so-called noise. Let me have a quick look. We'll see the break first.
Yeah, I don't hear any noise on my end here, so it's totally on the broadcast.
Hang on, let me just go into the
evening, Coldest P.
We're back in a minute. Where is it?
Well, let's see what we do here. He's gonna shoot at the 8. Maybe play shape for the 6 ball. That's a logical thing to do. Oh, that's too bad. And he got on the 6, and I think Matt will shoot the 6.
Right now.
Now the problem with the 6 is getting a shot on another ball is going to be a little tricky. Oh, that hurts. I think maybe he's trying to hit the 2 or 3, or maybe he just didn't know where it was going, but that hurts. Not only does he lose that ball, but he also gets penalized the ball. And Albin's got a easy bank, and he's hitting us like a... Albin must have got banking by the beard. Albin just played that like a dead bank. Albin must have got the book. I'm telling you right now, I haven't seen anybody with a ball in hand shoot a bank like that. Albin must have got banking with the beard. He's not giving his secrets away, but he must have to shoot the bank that way with ball in hand. You guys probably didn't notice what he did. Oh, that's right. You can't see because he's not in. Well,
I'll be back in a minute.
Guess what? You're not going to see one of the secrets of how Albin just hit that ball. Maybe he'll do it again. But there's something called a dead bank, and it's not what you would think. It's not like with everything lines up straight in. Banking with the beard explains it well. I didn't know that before I bought Banking with the Beard. I'm like, really? This is what a dead bank is? Well, Matt's made a couple, but this is Matt's got himself in a spot where he doesn't have a lot. I think he'll probably play some sort of safety. He's going to play a bank, but he's going to protect the cue ball. Oh, don't watch out for the... Ooh. He almost scratched protecting the cue ball. That was a good shot, though, because he didn't give up anything.
Right, I won't be trying to adjust.
That's how you want to play banks. Give yourself a chance to make a ball and don't give up anything. Or make a ball that you're confident in and play shape for the next one. You know, it's that process. You got to decide whether you're playing shape for the next ball or whether you're protecting and playing a two-way shot.
Blame Sharky.
And Albin is just going to play a safety type shot. That's your third option. Play something where you're not trying to pocket a ball.
I switched noise suppression on. I think that's what I put on. It was the only one that was
Let's see what
unchecked.
Matt does here. Making the 7-ball is certainly something he could do. Oh boy. You gotta know where the cue ball's going, guys. Matt is getting lucky. Twice he's almost scratched in this game. I mean, scratching a bank pool is devastating. That's just a killer. I guess it's devastating in most games. It seems worse than bank pool. Oh, that was an ill-advised shot by Albin. He might have got lucky here.
I think he has, unless Matt wants to.
He's got a bank on the 3-ball, he's got a bank on the 2-ball, and he's got a bank on the 7-ball. They all bank. He'll probably shoot the 7, although I think that, you want to help this with a little left English.
He's got to watch the cue ball here in case he
Because
runs into
if you hit it just straight, like, see, that's why you hit that with left English, because it's just a little tricky to get the line without the English. There's certain angles where it really makes it a lot easier to use the English, and that was one of them.
Can you hear me, Steve?
Yeah, Albin's looking vulnerable here. If Matt could just tidy his game up, he's making a lot of mistakes. Now again, the 7-ball goes, the 2-ball goes, he's going to shoot the 2.
Hello? Well, that's mucked up the
He's lucky he made that. He didn't put any English on it. That shot's so much easier with English. So, guys, all I'm trying to say is that there's certain situations and angles where the English makes the shot easier, higher percentage. Watch out. God, Matt is messing with the scratching. I mean, if you want to make this bank, 50% of the time, or do you want to make it 80%? Me personally, I'll take the 80% and put some English on it and make the shot easier. Well, unfortunately, you guys can't see this, but Matt's playing a 2-railer. He's up 3-1, and he's playing a 2-railer. We've seen him hit these good in the past. And that one's going to be short. Not that wonderful.
Hello? Can you hear me, Steve?
I can hear you. Yep.
I don't know.
Well, nice shot by Albin. Albin picked one off out of the line of balls.
Hang on a minute.
And McClarkey may end up losing this game. He really should be winning it.
Apologies, guys. That's it now. I'm not doing anything else.
Well, let's see what Albin does here. He doesn't have crap, so there's not anything worth shooting at here, so he needs to play some sort of safety.
I wasn't muted, semi-pro. It was Discord that wasn't hearing me. Because I looked at
He's shooting at this ball, and I don't like this shot, but he does. Very well played. And now he's got a nice shot on the 6. Well, I mean, he took a big chance there shooting at that ball and playing shape, and it's come out beautifully. This is easier than the ball he just made. Quite a bit easier, actually. And that's a tendency on that shot, to hit it long. If you know the tendency, you can adjust some. Now, adjusting has got its own pitfalls, but you got to learn the tendency on certain shots of whether they're going to go short or long, and that'll help you kind of tune in the aim a little. I think he's got a bank on this 8-ball. Yeah, this 8-ball goes if he wants to shoot it. Not an easy shot. Well, you got to hit it, because you're just not putting much energy into the object ball. You had to hit that pretty hard to make it. So he had the ball right on line, but he didn't hit it. So I would shoot this 8-ball right English, not draw, and he's going to draw it. I don't like shooting it this way, because this is how you give stuff up. I would have gone forward with right English, and that's like a shot you learn in one pocket, because you're sending the cue ball up table and crossing the ball over. He actually got pretty lucky he didn't give up more. I would be shooting a 1-ball here. I'm not sure why Matt's looking at the 6. Yeah, I mean the one was way easier than the 6. I don't know whether he just didn't bother looking or what. That's
Chance for the game here for Albie.
Matt had an easy bank on the 1 ball. Instead, he shot a hard one on the 6, and he's giving up the game if Albin would take it. And here we go, role reversal. So Albin gives up a duck on a 6 ball. I mean, this is really an easy shot. You got to hit it a little right. And that's like automatic. Now, on that kind of shot, you should be playing safe. And I would say Matt gets a D- on playing shape there because he really has nothing. You got to be thinking about that. When you got a shot that's just like an absolute gimme, you got to think about playing shape. Wow, what a shot that was. That was a tough ball to hold. He hit that beautifully. Didn't go in, but he hit it beautifully. Now this shot, you got to play a 3 railer here if you're going to shoot at this 8. This ball won't go. There's a kiss. You just couldn't make that. Maybe he was not trying to make it, but I would have played a 3 railer on an 8 ball. Now this is that where you cross it. You hit this with right English. Now I wouldn't play the 2 railer here. The 1 rail bank's easier than this 2 rail. I would play the 1 rail, hit it with right English. He's playing the 2 railer, and this is not an easy shot.
Oh, it looks good.
He hit it well.
Looks good.
It's not going in though.
Oh,
it did go in. Wow. I didn't think that was going to go in. That was a nice shot. He shot the tougher shot for, I'm not sure that was really worth it.
2 apiece.
But he made it.
Right, I'm looking at my YouTube. My YouTube is a long way behind. And I mean a long way behind. It's still in the last rack. There's still 2 balls on the table. And
you refreshed it?
Matt's just about to shoot that 8 ball. He's just about to do it. I'll tell you when he does it. He's just doing it now. That shows you how much the delay is. I'm just going to do a quick tab to refresh my YouTube.
Well, Albin's on a heater here. I mean, one thing about Albin, if he gets shots that he can see, he's making them. And these are shots he sees well. So Albin, I wouldn't say is any kind of great banks player because he doesn't know how to shoot a lot of shots. But the ones he does know how to shoot, he hits them really well. And here's another one. He knows how to shoot this. I expect him to make this. That sounded like a double kissed almost.
3, 4.
I think that might have double kissed there.
It's now good. It's back to a 4-second delay on YouTube. That's acting as normal now. I think we all were messing about and ended up lagging.
3 ball is easy if you put some left English on it. If you hit it with center ball like Matt's doing, it's not as easy. And he's made it.
Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? Uh-oh.
Well, he's been doing this every game. He finally scratched. He's been getting lucky. So 3 to -1, and this is where you got to play smart. You just don't want you don't want to give up shots on that line of balls and allow Matt to run 3 or 4 balls. And that's a pretty good shot. I mean, he didn't give up the world here, so that's a pretty good shot. I think he's got a bank on the 1 ball, but it's no gimme. And it's certainly not something that you can play shape from easily. Now that's going to work out pretty good, I think, isn't it? Yeah, I mean that was a pretty good shot there. And then here we go, line them up. Matt's going to shoot the 2 railer on the 6 almost for sure. I can't see him not shooting this. The only thing you can give up is a shot on the 6 if you miss it. And you know, you can hit this pretty firm, so if you miss it, the 6 ball doesn't stay down here. The cue ball's coming down here. Now you got to watch the scratch in the corner. Got a kiss. Yeah, those kind of kisses are harder to see. Guys that play really strong one pocket and play a lot, will see that kiss. I might have had a clue that there was a potential kiss, but I wouldn't be able to see like for sure where it was there. But I know guys that would know that kiss is there and be able to adjust for it.
Now what do you do? What do you do here?
Well, this is going to be, I'd brush the 5 ball and bring the cue ball up close to where what the hell is he doing? He's playing a 2-railer on the 5. I don't even think he can make this.
He's caught the 1. It might help it in. Oh. It actually brought the 1 into play. That can be reversed.
Yeah, I would have played a safety where I brushed the 5 and just brought the cue ball back over here to the side rail. He wasn't going to give up much there. And that's a risky shot. That was a risky shot.
1's now on the side.
Yeah, that could cost you the whole rack here. I mean,
down for the 6.
When you got all these balls that are kind of lined up like this, if you have any clue how to play shape off of a bank, I mean, you just got, what's he doing? Why isn't he shooting a 1? You've got all these balls here that are going to be easy bank shots if you can, move the cue ball halfway decently.
Used to miss the 6. Oh, he missed the 1.
Well, and that's what happens when you're trying to play shape is you've got to understand the speed. So he hit that 1 ball a little easier to get shape on the 6, and that's why it went long. So when you hit that ball easier, it's going to bank longer. So you've got to adjust your aim for that, and he didn't.
Well, that was that's one
of the reasons it's hard to be good at banks, because you've got to understand the speed, how the speed is going to affect the line of the object ball. Yeah, he's going to bank this 3, I would imagine.
What with the 5? In the gap between the 1 and 3?
Yeah, I don't like that. I like the 3 better. Now I like the 5. You can bank the 3, although that shot's a little tricky unless you know it.
Oh, the match, Larry's match with Matt was a good match.
Oh, it was a very good match.
It was one of the better ones. Mind you, I didn't see the...
yeah, I didn't see that one either.
Bedhead and Acero. So,
but this is a good match. I mean, these guys are definitely playing, pretty good banks. I mean, there's stuff that they don't know, but the thing is that the stuff that they do know, they're doing well. The banks they recognize, they're making good choices, and for both these guys, I mean, it's just a matter of learning a few more shots and get a little more comfortable with how to shoot certain shots. But they're both playing pretty good.
I actually missed the winning ball there. Albinario getting to 3 backs to 2.
All right, so Matt needs to take advantage here. I mean, this table is sitting pretty good. This 2, I would bank this firm like that.
Excellent.
And that's well done. And he's got shape on the 9.
Good in the 5.
And play shape for the 5. I mean, this is where you run out. This is the kind of situation you can run out. The thing about these kind of shots is it's easy to rattle a ball in the pocket. There's just nothing guaranteed in this game. But, these pockets are pretty generous, and
1 ball, it looks good to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't shoot the 5 from here. I would definitely shoot the 1. Shoot the 1, and you can play shape on the 7 here,
Oh, no. It's gone short.
See, that's when the 1 ball is close to the rail there. It's like when the 1 ball is further away and you hit it real hard. In other words, it's gonna shorten up real fast when it's close to the rail, because the ball never has a chance to turn over.
Mm.
The ball rolling is what lengthens out the shot. So if the ball is sliding, it goes shorter. When the ball is close to the rail, it never has a chance to start rolling, or not very much. So
Well,
it's gonna bank shorter.
that could be the sellout there, Steve.
Well, it's not an absolute gimme, but I would think that I think he will make this 5 ball. I mean, it's sitting. I'd be surprised if he missed it. Let's see where he gets. Let's see where he gets.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't stay up top there. You know.
Boy, if he went a little further, the 7 was really easy. It still goes, but you have to know how to shoot it, and I don't think he does. Because you've got to make that 7 really open up. I don't think he'll shoot at it. He could shoot the 1.
I'd have been more inclined to try and keep the cue ball at the top end of the table there.
Actually, the 6 isn't a bad shot either, except that he's jacked up. I mean, the 6 definitely banks. He's going to shoot the 1. And if you're going to shoot this shot, what you want to do is hit it with draw and left English. You've got to really hold that 1 ball. It's draw and left, and you do have to aim left to center. He didn't put any left on it. That's why he shoots that exact same bank, the exact same way he shot that, and he puts left English on it, and the ball goes in the hole. So I like the 7 here. That's what I'd be shooting at. He's gonna shoot at the 6. I mean, this isn't a bad shot either. You certainly can control the cue ball with this. And he hasn't left a whole lot. I mean,
oh, the yawning started. You have been warned.
yeah, if you're going to cross this 1 ball over, probably a little bit of, you don't have to put right English on it. He's just going to play safe, but I don't.
Well, the 8 ball goes every day of the week.
Yeah, and this is one you can dig in with right English. He's not digging in with right English. He's banking it the other way.
Oh.
And that's the kind of thing I was talking about balls rattling in the pocket. They can do that in this game. When you think you've hit a good shot, and then all of a sudden it does that to you. I'm a little surprised he didn't shoot the 6 ball there. Thought it was on, because he just absolutely just sold out. I mean, this is a gimme here. Not very good on the position, though. Albin's usually better on the position than that. A little too close to the work. Well, I would just roll in this 3-6 here. I don't know what he's doing.
You're going to roll the 8 and leave the cue ball there.
Yeah. That's a good shot. I mean, there's not a whole lot here. Not anything worth shooting at. I'd roll up on the 3 ball. I wouldn't mess with the 7 and the 8. That's a little firm, but it's good. Yeah, it's going to be who's going to give up a shot. Now, this situation is a little tricky, not giving up a shot here. I mean, this is not. This is a little bit tricky. Let's see what Albin does here. He's thinking a lot. He played the dink shot. That's kind of what you do when you don't have any good options. The Matt can play the dink shot too. And it's kind of interesting watching the dink, 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 because somebody's going to win. This happens in one pocket a lot, and you can kind of predict who's going to win up front. I didn't like that shot. It's not bad, because this 6 ball is no gimme anywhere. that wasn't a bad shot. It came out really well. That was actually that's a really good shot. If he's going to try to bank this 6, this is a hard shot. This is a really hard shot. I wouldn't shoot at this ball ever, unless I knew I wasn't giving up anything.
Watch the cue ball.
Yeah, this is a low percentage shot.
Well, see, that's the problem with that. I think he's got it.
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky.
I would have never shot at that ball.
Because the problem was he was very likely to catch those balls in the line there, and he's brought the 3 into play.
Well, I mean, just making the ball was going to be super difficult. When you're fighting against the angle of the shot was going to put the wrong spin on the ball, so you're trying to counteract that. It's just a very difficult shot.
Crossing the
and at that angle, it was really tough.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Oh, Matt's got a good eye
for
for
this. Square again. 3 racks apiece.
Yeah, I mean, I think Matt's a contender to win this thing. If he could figure out how to just clean things up a little bit more and learn a couple more shots, I think he'd be pretty tough to beat. I mean, as it is, he's playing, Albin, who's no slouch, and I might shoot the 9 ball here.
I'll try break.
He'll probably shoot the 3 ball.
That's me just realising that even if you have a dry break, you still got a shot. I thought you had to pot a ball before you get a shot on the break. That's something else I've just.
Albin broke.
Oh,
He's
did Albin break? Ah, right. I'm totally
that's why that little dot's up there.
Yeah, that's why I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, I think that 9 ball goes. It's tight. He's going to shoot at the 3, I think. And he's going to draw it to try to be safe with the cue ball.
Oh, that's going to know all the time.
Yeah. So now this is a problem with being safe with the cue ball. Is now he doesn't have anything. But the thing is from here, there's a lot of things he can do that aren't going to give up a shot. I just, I don't know that he could shoot at anything from here, but he certainly can make a play that won't give a shot up. Now this is where you got to be smart. Do something simple that doesn't give up a shot. Don't do something crazy.
Well, the match is now an hour old. Seems a lot longer.
Now, if you can trap your opponent, and what I mean by that is by playing a shot where now he's in a spot where it's difficult for him to play safe. That's, of course, is a better shot than just doing what Matt did there. But
is he going to try and cross this 9, Steve?
This 9 goes, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You have to hit it with left English, I think, to make it. I don't think there's enough of it unless you hit it with left English.
Yeah, he's going for it.
He's going to hit it straight, which I don't know if it'll go that way. I think it needs a little left English, but I have trouble seeing this shot on VP when you're shooting by balls. If I was shooting this, I'd put left English on it for sure, because it couldn't hurt.
He's got a wee bit of left on it.
Yeah, he's hitting it the right way.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah. See, Matt had that shot before and he didn't take it. He played safe. But I thought that ball went with a little help. So here you got to shoot the 1 ball, I think. I wouldn't shoot at the 7. The 1 ball is a safe shot. The 7 ball, nothing's wrong with shooting it, but if you shoot it, you better make it. He's going to shoot at the 7. And this is fine as long as you're making it. He will bring the cue ball up table.
Excellent.
Now he's going to shoot at the 1 ball, I think.
Might go for the 5. 5 looks good.
Yeah, he might. I mean, the long banks on this are pretty easy. The 1 ball does make the pocket smaller, but it is on. The question is, are you going to shoot at the 5, or are you going to leave the ball down there and try to play shape on the 4 or 6, or are you going to, he's shooting at the 1, which I like this just because it's safer now. It's right against the rail, so the tendency is to bank short,
like that.
Just like that. Because when the ball's against the rail like that, it's like if the ball was a foot away from the rail and you slam it super hard. It's exactly the same line. So you have to look at that line like, well, what would the line be if I was hitting it really hard? And one of the reasons why Banks players tend to hit a lot of balls, I mean, real Banks players from Kentucky tend to hit a lot of balls hard, is because it takes that out. They always have the ball sliding into the rail.
Now, I'll be clear of this rack 1 here. If he stays down, that he's coming back.
Albie should win the rack here. Well, he didn't play shape, but he's got the 5 ball. I mean, he's fine. To shoot the 5 ball and play shape for the 6 or the 4. I like playing shape for the 4. Go forward a little and off the rail. I think that's what he's doing. Ooh. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, he missed that by a mile. Well, and this is pretty much a free shot. I mean, there's this 4 ball is a free bank. You just got to watch out for the corner pocket. And he didn't hit that very well. I think the 1 ball may bank. It's tight, but I think it banks. You can shoot at the 4 or the 8, but I think he'll shoot at the 1 ball here.
Yeah, there is enough room.
Yeah, the thing is if you're going to shoot at that 1 ball, you need to bring the cue ball back. You don't want to roll down that 4 and 8. They're just ducks if you let the cue ball go down. He's banking the 1 the opposite way, I think. Which, that's a tough shot. No, he is banking it here. Yeah, he's banking it straight back. This is what bank players call straight back. Because it's straight back in the pocket next to him. So that's another word for you, Hugh. Straight back. This is straight back. This is a tricky shot.
Yeah, he's caught.
And he didn't hit it well. Yeah. And that's the danger not hitting it well is, you know.
You talking about the crossover for that 8 ball Cobra? That looks very tight to get the cue ball out the way.
I'd shoot the 5. I'd shoot the 5. The only shot you're going to give up shooting the 5 is the 1 ball. Shoot the 5 and take the cue ball up and down the table.
Cross over the 1. I thought he was contemplating that.
Yeah, I don't like that shot as much. That shot's hard. I mean, the 5 ball's a lot easier. The angle on the 5 is perfect. All you have to do is no English, just hit it straight across into the rail and it's going to open up and go in the pocket. The tendency on this is to open it too much, and whoa, he hit that terrible.
He actually cut that back the way that 5
wow.
ball.
Yeah, he hit that terrible, and he sold out. Oh, that was a bad shot. Yeah, that was a pretty easy shot on the 5. He just really hit it poorly. Again, if you play 1 pocket, you shoot that shot a lot. It's a pretty easy shot. I mean, that's the thing about a lot of these shots. It's being able to see them, and if you play 1 pocket, a lot of these banks are just very common banks.
Well, game ball again.
This is a tough bank. He's shooting a 6 in the side, and he hit it pretty good. Not quite good enough. That was a nice shot. It just didn't go in. And the problem with that is he gave Matt a chance. So Matt needs to run these 3 balls and play safe. That hurts. Well, he played shape on the 5 and stay la vie here. Yeah.
I'll be going back into the lead. At least he should be.
And that's the way you hit that. See how you hit that with inside? A little drawing inside? Yeah. That's the right way to hit it. No. So, Albin wins this game. He probably wins the match. Matt really needs to win this game. He doesn't want to be downhill to 3. That's kind of a death sentence.
Well, he's got first goal. That's going to need to come out past a 9 ball.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot here. Might be time to play safe.
You can't see anything up table.
I think he's going to have to play off the 4 and go up table. Can he play a double bank on the 4? No, that's too much angle in that gap. I think he's trying to play safe here. And that's I don't know if he's shooting a ball or trying to play safe, but that's not bad. There's nothing that's particularly easy here. And if you're Albin, you got to be real careful here because if you're going to shoot at something, really the only thing I can see to shoot at's a 9-ball. I think the 9-ball does cross bank, but shooting at that's kind of crazy because the cue ball is going to want to run into the 2 and the 6. I mean, it's just not a good shot.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
Well, Stubb would do it.
Well, Stubb would be straight in.
Yeah, Stubb would do it. Yeah, but it's not a smart shot to shoot it. You're better off doing something like brushing the 1 and bringing the cue ball up table.
Cobra's doing the Stubb commentary. He's calling the 9-ball easy.
Yeah, well, not only is it not easy, it sells out well. That's not the right shot. When I said brush the cue ball, he missed the second part. Bring it up table. Now I would definitely shoot this 9 in the side, and maybe try to run into balls. He's going the other way to protect the cue ball. So he took the play that wasn't so aggressive, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. I think he's going to have to play safe. He can shoot at the 6-ball if he wants to. The 6-ball does go. If you're going to shoot at that, you got to understand where the cue ball is going. It's going to run into the 2, and you could bring it forward and let it go to the rail. You might give up a shot on the 5, but that's about it. You can shoot at the 6-ball, I think. I don't know what he's looking at.
He's looking at the 4. I think
this is not a good shot.
2 rails.
Yeah, you got to hit this with right English to have any chance. He's going to go long on this. See that? That's a terrible shot. It was very difficult to get that ball to come around the corner tight enough. That was a stupid shot, and it cost him a ball. If you were going to shoot at a ball there, it should have been the 6-ball, because you could protect the cue ball, and the 6-ball wasn't a hard shot. I mean, Albin's going to shoot at the 6-ball now. Albin's going to take the same exact shot that Matt just had and shoot it. I think. Now he's looking at the 8. I'd still shoot the 6-ball here. You don't need to be way over here, though, to do it. You could be more straight on. I mean, I'm not sure why he's putting so much angle on this. I would move the cue ball over a few inches. Now he's looking at the 3-ball or the 8-ball. I'm not sure what he's looking at here. I think he's looking at the 8-ball. I think this ball does go.
8-ball in the corner. Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, you get it good. 5-ball is probably the easiest bank here. That's what I'd be shooting for sure. It's the 5. And maybe play shape. This isn't a terribly hard shot. That wasn't well hit. So if I'm Matt, I'm probably banking the 5-ball. Bank the 5-ball, maybe play shape on the 3. He doesn't like the 5-ball. He's not used to looking at this shot. Now, this is one of these shots that if you don't play 1 pocket, this kind of shot probably doesn't look that appealing, but it's a 1 pocket.
The up and down shot.
Yeah, a 1 pocket player loves to shoot that 5-ball. I mean, they're going to shoot that, make that most of the time. It's a pretty high percentage shot.
He's cutting across it, I think. You're looking at it there for a second.
Yeah, I mean, if you can protect the cue ball and everything with it, and it's not a hard shot, because you're cutting across the 5-ball. It's natural. You're going to put the English to open it up. You don't need to help this or anything, and drawing it will actually even make it open more.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, and he's just cutting them back instead of hitting them. That ball you wanted to hit, and probably a little less than straight. And he actually cut it back the other way.
Well, 6-ball's good now.
Yeah. Well, these guys, I don't know why these guys haven't shot at the 6-ball yet, but it's sitting, again, it's sitting good. I would have thought that the 6-ball would have been gone about 4 or 5 turns ago.
So 1 apiece in rack number 8. I'll be with a 1-rack lead.
I get the feeling Matt gets in these kind of tight matches and maybe gets a little anxious and doesn't think as well, because he definitely was thinking better in the Larry match than he is in this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, there we go. It was easy all the time, that 6-ball.
But you know, oh wow, it was an easy shot. I just couldn't believe nobody shot at it. Well, there's nothing easy here.
Or is he double? Is he banking?
I think he's going to play safe here. I don't know what he's doing.
That's 3 balls in the way to bank it in the corner, I think. Is it?
Yeah, I mean there's nothing. You can cross bank it in the side. That's about it. There's really not a whole lot here.
Not sure what he's doing.
I think he's trying to figure out what to do here. He's going to play some sort of safety, I think. I mean, it's pretty easy to play safe here with balls over the 4 and 5 ball over the pocket. And you got the 1 ball covering the 2, so it's pretty hard to give up a shot here. I mean, you'd have to try real hard to give a shot at, and he did. He gave up the 3 ball. That's a little surprising from Albin. Well, maybe it was a trap. See, and again, you know, that's a shot where, you know, you got to let the English help you open it up. Maybe hit a little easier and let the English open that ball up. That's well played. Now, this is starting to look a little desperate for Matt. I like the 7 ball. Now, there's no kiss there because that 7 ball is going to shorten up like crazy. He's hitting it with inside. This is perfect. He's going to make this ball.
And it goes.
Told you, I could tell because he's shooting it the right way, and it really wasn't that hard a shot if you shoot it the right way. I mean, that's part about, you know, we've heard players say, oh, Steve says this is easy and that's easy, and they don't find it easy. Well, it's not easy when you shoot it the wrong way, but when you understand the shot and you shoot it the right way, it's a very high percentage shot. And he shot that one the right way, the way it was sitting, it was perfect for that. And I think, honestly, I think that shot's hard to miss, hitting it the way Albin did.
Game ball, and it goes.
Now that shot wasn't so easy, and he put it in like it was. That wasn't an easy shot. Well, Albin is firmly in control of this match.
Yeah, it's a long way back now for Matt.
Wait till we play like 9 ball and 10 ball again. All these guys are going to be a lot better at banks, and I think you're going to see a lot more racks run in these rotation games because of it. So they're going to get these bank shots and just fire them in like they're nothing after playing in this championship.
Now we're talking about championships. There was. Oh,
I already put the next championship together, by the way.
Well, just before you complete it all, there was one viewer the other night there was talking about the fact that we're running 2 at the moment and whether you want to run 2 the next time. If that was the case, then it would be 8 ball on the bar table and straight pull. Well,
I've already got 8 ball on the bar table set up.
Did you copy the last one? I hope. Did you? I mean, in terms of
I copied one of them.
Length.
We've played a couple of them. I copied one of them. Now let me see if I can find the thing. You guys can look at it. I mean, it's just it's created, but it's not. Let's see here.
It's not in sign-ups.
No, it's not in sign-ups yet. I'll give you guys a link for it. You can take a look at it. Everybody can tell me what's wrong with it because I usually make some sort of mistake on them. I'll post the link in the.
Call. I presume it'll be a missed call.
All right, the link's posted in the chat. I'm waiting for Brian to give me an icon. And
Hang on a minute. Ah, right. I was just wondering there whether Albie was going to miscall that, and he did. Eventually, I think he was just making Matt sweat.
yeah, a little gamesmanship. Well, Matt could shoot the no, he can't. Let's say 2 railer on a 3, but the 4 is in the way. Yeah, the 5 ball. I mean, this is kind of tough. He's got a 3 railer on the 9, but that is really tight. It's a hard shot. Crossing the 9's no good if that's what he's looking at. If he wants to shoot at a ball, I think the 5 ball is his only option. I think that's the only thing that goes. I don't think it's a terrible ball to shoot at, but I mean, this is probably not a bad play because there wasn't a lot. The only problem is I think he left a bank that's not that difficult on the 8. Now, it's no gimme. This is not any kind of automatic. And the 4 ball is tight, so it's, but it is there. I think Albin will shoot at it. Albin is shooting at this. Tendency here is to come up short on this. No, and he went long on it. Well, he didn't hold it at all. I thought he put a lot of hold on that. And he gave up a bank on the 4 ball. So if you're sure you're going to make this, it's not a bad play to let the cue ball go down there and run into the 8 or the, it will probably run into the 1 ball. It's probably going to miss the 8, but I think you could hit the 1 ball. Tendency on this is to bank it long. You got to know that tendency. Hit it beautifully.
Nailed it.
Boy, and he did get into the 8 ball, and he didn't really get rewarded for that. I mean, that was one that was going to be hard to control the cue ball that well, and you were going to run into balls, so you were kind of hoping for something good to happen, and it didn't.
3 ball. The 1 ball. Do you think the 1 ball will go, or can you get the cue ball out of the way?
You can shoot the 1 ball, but it's going to need right English to help it. He's got a little on it, probably not enough. Yeah, I mean, that shot. If you're going to shoot at that 1 ball, that was a hard shot because to get the spin to take and really open it up, you got to hit a little easier. Yeah, but you got to be careful how easy you hit it because it's easy to scratch in the corner pocket if you hit it too easy. So it was.
Well, I think Albie's just become favourite for this rack.
Well, not anymore.
That'll be a miscall. That double back.
So,
did he call that? Yeah.
You can bank the 3 ball. You can bank the 6 ball. You can bank the 5 ball. What's he going to shoot at here?
Well, Matt's been let off the hook there. It looks like 1 up and down.
Yeah, if you're going to bank the shoot 3 ball, it needs to go up and down the table, not across to the corner. It needs to go up and down.
The 1 ball doesn't go because it's blocked with the 3.
I like banking the 3 ball because I think you're not going to leave anything. The only ball that you possibly leave is a 1 or potentially a 3 if you miss it. So I'm talking about banking the 3 ball all the way back up to the table to where the ball counters are, not cross side. Now, if you are going to bank this 3 ball, and he is going to bank it.
Oh,
and,
that's beautiful.
Yep.
Lovely.
That was a nice shot. I think he's probably going to shoot at the 7 ball here. I guess he could shoot at the 8 ball. The 8 ball does go.
That 7 cross corner past the 6.
Yeah, the 8 ball is actually a pretty good shot here because it's pretty close to a dead bank. I mean, you could probably hit this straight on and firm and hold it because it's going to shorten up.
Top left again. That's good.
Yeah, see, I'm not quite sure why he didn't shoot the 8 ball there. That was easier than that 1 ball.
It's only a slender lead for Matt.
Yeah. Albin looks like he's going to shoot at this, and I don't like this shot because you're going to move the 8, you're going to move the 9. The shot isn't easy. Maybe he's going to play safe. I mean, I would not shoot at that 8 ball here.
Well, bringing this into play is giving Matt an extra ball to go for.
Well, it gives Albin too, but the problem is this is a low percentage shot, and it's going to move the 9 ball, and it's indeterminate, and you're probably going to sell out just like that. I mean, it was just, he shouldn't have shot at that. If he wanted to shoot at a ball, that wasn't the one to shoot at. You know, Matt wasn't going to move the 9 ball when he did it. It was a lot easier shot when he had it. And that's, you know, and see, Albin just probably gave the game up without that decision. I mean, the 7 isn't difficult, and then he's going to get a shot on something.
Oh no!
That was a terrible hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
way offline straight away.
See, when you don't put English on that, you have to cut the ball back a lot more, and that makes the shot more difficult. If you put a little English on that, you don't have to cut the ball back very much. And Albin can't capitalize, and he's going to leave a duck, I think. Yeah, that 7 ball's a duck. I'm surprised he's not shooting a 7. It's like,
oh dear.
I just don't get it. Albin will shoot at the 7. That 7 ball's a duck. Albin's going to shoot at the 7 ball. I just can't imagine he wouldn't. I mean, the tendency on the 7 ball from this angle is to over-rotate it and go long, where Matt had an easier shot than this one. This one, the tendency is to hit it long. You can use a little left English to help hold it up. That's what I would do, just to make sure it doesn't go long.
Yeah.
Like that. I would have hit that with left English, which will hold the ball up some, because it gets rid of some of that induced throw. Just recognizing how much you're going to get and how to use a little English to kind of compensate some so that the shot's easy instead of having to hit it perfect, you know? It's all a matter of percentages. It's raising your percentage of success.
Well, 1 ball top left.
Oh boy, that was terrible.
Or bottom left.
And you know, that's another thing. You don't see guys calling 2 railers, but sometimes it's sitting a lot better for the 2 railer than the 1 railer. So this is a duck on the 7 ball. Takes Albin a while to miscall those, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's just keeping Matt on his toes just to make sure he's paying attention.
Now you can play shape here and get a shot on the 5 or 6 into the side pocket if you hit this good enough. Oh, that's terrible. He did play shape too.
Oh,
he's coming up short.
Here we go.
He came up short, but he still left the 6.
1 ball looks on as well.
Yeah, he can shoot the 1 too. You're right. I mean, and that was an easy shot on the 7. I'm a little surprised he missed that one. But, you know, that's Banks. I mean, when you play Banks and you get good at it, you surprise yourself with the balls you can miss. Well, you're like, how could I miss them? But I just did.
This match could be over right now. The 3 balls are all sitting there for Albie.
Yeah, and it is over. He's going to make the 7. I mean, he needs more than that.
Yeah, he just needs this in the 6. Doesn't need
well, he's going to make this one, and the 6 should be sitting pretty good. Well, he's not that good on the 6. He had to slide the cue ball over. I mean, this is makeable, but this is no gimme. This is what I would call, not an easy bank. Maybe a 1 out of 3-er.
Match ball.
But, you know, Albin shoots these shots good. I mean, we've seen him make a lot of banks like this, so he'll probably make it.
Nope, he's going wide.
Yeah, well.
And I think he's going to be okay.
He's gotten very lucky, it looks like. All right, now you can bank this. You can bank this off the tit in the corner pocket opposite the 9 ball. That's the shot here if you want to shoot. just bank it off the tit. Now, I'm not saying you should shoot at it, but you can make that bank off that titty. It's easier to kick off the titties with a cue ball than it is to bank off the titties. Banking off the titties is pretty hard. You'd be surprised how easy it is to kick off titties if you practice it. Sean Putnam, who was a good player, champion, I was in Johnny Archer's pool room, and John Putnam plays out of there, and I was practicing him a little, and he was showing me shots kicking off the titties, and I was just amazed at what he could do. It's not as hard as you think, but again, it's something you got to practice. I'd like to see him shoot the 6-ball off the titty just because it'd be fun. It's not smart, but it'd be fun.
Larry's just pointed out you can kick the 9 in. Why are we not discussing that, Steve?
No, you can't kick the 9 in.
We'll see.
No, there's no kicks in this bank game. You can't kick balls in.
Are you sure? I mean, I tend to listen to Larry, Steve.
Some bank games allow like multi-rail kicks or something on a ball, you know, that count, but not, you know, the standard rules don't allow that.
What do you mean, bank the ball up and down the table, catch the titty, and then knock the 9 in? Is that what you mean? Well, anyway, it's all over. So, Albinario through by 6 racks to 3.
Yeah, a shot you can make in general. Yeah, I mean, you can get really good at kicking off titties. Sean Putnam showed me that. I was amazed at how consistent he could be with a cue ball line.
Yeah, that's the wrong tournament. Hang on a minute.
Well, I think Matt had a chance to win that. Didn't quite play good enough. But Matt's still in the tournament. He's in the losers bracket, and you know, I think he'll do some. I think he'll do some damage in the losers bracket. Matt should go back and watch this video. See if he can clean his game up a little, because he definitely could be a contender in this tournament. I think he can win it.
Now, this is just the match that's left on the bracket at the moment on the schedule. That's the one I'm going to do on Sunday night, because it starts at 7 PM and it's a one-loss side match between LS3 and Tommy. I'll be doing that one on Sunday night. If we go to the bracket and look at the one-loss side, we see that match is there. We can also see that Matt is lined up against Sergaresh on the one-loss side.
Yeah, I'm done for Sunday afternoon. I've got wife time scheduled.
Yeah. Bankster against Acero on the one-loss side, still to be arranged, and Slim is waiting on the winner of the Larry Casino Gym match. And on the winner's side, of course, top to bottom, we have, where are we? We've got Albi now playing Cobra. There's a rivalry going back quite a bit now in VP4.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a good match. I think that's going to be a very good match.
Well, there's another good one. We've got Stubb up against Bedhead in round 4.
Well, maybe Casino Jim doesn't understand it's a double elimination tournament, Larry. You should message him and say you're still in. It's double elimination.
Well, unfortunately, if I knew that, I would have said that to Jim this morning, because I was playing Cowboy with him. Cowboy doubles.
Or maybe he doesn't want to be in it after his last match. I don't know.
Right, guys, just the one other thing to mention is the matches that are now left on the snooker schedule. We've got Mal against Matt, which has appeared tonight. That wasn't there earlier on today, and that is scheduled for Saturday at 9 PM. So that's another match that, if Slim's available...
Yeah, I can do that one. I can't do the one Sunday with Semi-Pro and Albin, which is too bad, because that should be a great match.
Yeah, but, you know, Slim sent me a message earlier on today that he could cover the Albinario Semi-Pro match on Sunday and the Bankers, his Eric match on Monday, because Monday is breakfast time, US time. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'll be coming home from work at that time and having to get something to eat, so I won't be there to cover that. But according to Slim, he'll be doing those 2 matches.
Oh yeah, you know what? Albin and Semi-Pro, that might be during Indy. Oh, did I? You know what? I think I got wife time during Indy. God, I am so stupid.
Yeah, that's what, 3 o'clock in
That's
the
Sunday.
afternoon your time on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm so stupid. I'm gonna miss Indy too. Well, at least I'll still be married.
Right, so we got no response apart from Stubb moaning about the fact that it's on the bar table. We got no other contributions. Nobody else said anything against 8 ball on the bar table. I think the current champion for that, I think, is was it semi-pro or was it, who was the other guy that was
Yeah.
mentioned? Larry will know.
Well, obviously Stubb doesn't have a wife.
But anyway, that's the matches that are left on. I'll be doing Friday night 9 ball tomorrow night, unless Slim wants to do it again. I've not got any problem with that. Because if he does, then I might think about playing in it again.
Where is Slim? We didn't see him today.
No, Slim's busy working. But he said he's available on Sunday, so I think he's working all week. So that's he'll be covering those matches. So and I'll be able to catch up then once he's done them. So anyway,
I seem to remember, Stubb, seeing a video of you in real life playing on a bar table. So I don't see how you can say F that bar table.
He'll probably deny it all.
Are you afraid you're going to have to like come up with some strategy instead of just trying to run out every time?
Yeah, just so that Stubb knows, not that he likes to be reminded, but if we just go to the stats page and we go to the chat, did you fix that bug, Steve? By the way, now that I mention it.
No, because I haven't been able to figure it out. It doesn't do it all the time.
No,
like it won't do it now. I can tell it's fine now.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, it won't. It did it for me twice. Now it's never happened again.
When the text, well, I might have fixed it. I did change some stuff. I might have fixed it without knowing how I fixed it.
Yeah, there you go, Stubb. We're talking 2010, 13 years ago, Stubb. 13 years, unlucky for some. It's a long time in virtual pool.
I will say Stubb has improved some in the last couple of years. He's headed the right direction. He could still win some more. But well, you only play on 9 foot. You realize how many big bar tournaments they have in this country, Stubb? There's one I've been thinking about going out and playing in Alabama. The last one they had in Calcutta was $450,000. And I think the payout for first was like $15,000. So the winner got $80,000 for the Calcutta, and I think he won $95,000 on a bar table, Stubb. If that can't get you excited.
Well, you know, Stubb's got to go on the quantity rather than quality in his mind. He has to go in quantity as far as these big tournaments that he enters. He has to put his name into them all, because sooner or later he's going to fall over the line in one of them and get rid of that hoodoo.
Well, the thing you got to understand about playing on a bar table is 8-ball bar table is that there's a lot of strategy, because you can't run out all the time. Sure, when you got to run out, you take it, but a lot of times the table's too congested, you can't run out, and you got to play smart. And I don't think Stubb likes it because he doesn't want to have to play smart. He just wants to blast balls.
He just blast at balls all the time, yeah, and end up losing because of it. I enjoyed the last 8-ball bar tournament because it was.
I'll tell you what,
interesting.
It's better on the bar table than it is on the. And they have played. They have played the U.S. 8-ball U.S. Open 8-ball championship on bar tables before. They currently have gone to the 9-footer, but at one point they were playing them on bar tables. Well, there's a lot of big bar table tournaments in this country.
The next big 9-ball tournament, of course, is I'm talking about professional one, is the one just before the end of the month, and that is the UK Open. Where I think they've got about 240 odd or 250. I don't know. This is
going to be good because Matchrooms decided that Gorst is no longer poison, and I just saw his Facebook post the other day. He got his UK visa, so Gorst is going to be playing it, and it's going to be good.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So we're going to have a full house for that one, and there'll be there will be probably live streams on YouTube and possibly Facebook for the first couple of days, and then it will go exclusively to Sky after that. But there's always going to be a stream on it anyway.
Well, they've done the draw. Let me see. Let me look at the bracket. So they've done the draw for this. I don't think they seed these. Okay, Filler's playing somebody I don't know from Spain, Jaspal Bamamoda.
That sounds like a Spanish-Japanese player.
This Kuka, the Greek Kuki Adakis is playing Ballard. I don't know him. Let's see. Beato's playing guy I don't know. God, there's a lot of European players I don't know. Abdullah Alusef, one of the Kuwaiti guys, is playing some UK guy.
What's his name?
Badr Al-Wahadi is playing Harry Harrison. Let's see.
Never heard of either of them.
Al Yusuf is playing Neil Margosian. A lot of these guys are probably playing a GB9 tour or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I probably play good enough to win a GB9 tour event. Because those typically only have, like, you know, sometimes Appleton will show up or one of those. I have Shaw playing them, but, there's only like a few guys that are really super strong. Kazikas plays Mohammed Daydat. God, there's so many guys playing in this, I don't know who they are.
Have you got the date there for that? Because I'm sure it was the end of the month.
Well, right now, the bracket is saying date TBC on all these, but they've drawn the bracket. I'm sure it says on the page. Max Lechner is playing Tashuka Winter. Oh, God. Mario He, who I know, he's playing Adam Lewis, a guy from the UK. David Lilly's playing Scott Hunter, two guys from the UK. Boy, this field is full of guys from the UK that nobody's ever heard of.
They would have all jumped at the chance to get in it, yeah.
Skylar Woodward's playing Vangelis Stephanopoulos.
You sound
some Greek. No, he's Greek. Vangelis. What kind of name is Vangelis? It sounds like a female body part. Pagaline is playing a guy from the UK, Paul Corrigan, who I have heard of him.
That sounds Irish to me.
He might be, yeah. Mohammed Sophie is playing a guy from the UK, Jay Harrison. Don't know him. Pin Yi Ko is playing Danny Johnson. They must have seeded this, at least partially seeded this, because none of the good players are playing each other.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a bye for most of these guys. Appleton's playing Ablushi. He's a Kuwaiti guy, I think.
So is Appleton actually fit and ready to play again? I thought he's
playing. I don't know. Albanushan's playing Philip Wildman, a guy from the UK.
They've probably got him wired up now, Darren Appleton, and he'll be on pills for the rest of his life, I would imagine.
Yap is playing James Welsh, a guy from the UK.
I've never
John
heard of
Morris
any of these
playing
guys.
Sean Beresford, a guy from the UK. Wow, there's just tons of these guys most of these guys are going to get blown out. Ermin Majid's playing Alan Khan. Yeah, Ermin's a good player. I know Ermin. He's a good player. Gorst is playing Anthony Ginn, some guy from the UK. Let's see here. Lung Duc Dien, who's a Vietnamese player, a good player, is playing Rico Dix, who I'm not sure what that flag is, where he's from.
That sounds like an STD, that.
Chris Melling's playing David Dean. Now, Chris Melling is a way underrated player. Let me tell you what, Chris Melling is a really fine player. He plays good enough to win this thing.
He's got a break like a sledgehammer.
I'll tell you what, he might be my favorite player from the UK. Really nice guy, really strong player. Ping Chung Ko is playing Andrew Morris, who I don't know. Ping Chung Cho is the younger brother, really strong. Let's see here. There's a lot of people.
Did you mention Ko Ping Yi?
Yeah, I already mentioned him. So Jason Shaw is playing a guy from the UK, Jamie Mocock.
I take it there's none of the older Americans in it. No, they won't be.
Victor Zelensky is playing Carlo Blasi. I don't know Carlo Blasi, but I know Zelensky. He's a good player. Jeremy Sosi, who you guys probably don't know, he's an American. He's playing Ramesh Gokul, but Jeremy's a good player. Not a top player, but a good player. David Alcady, who I know, is playing Robert Hart from the U.S., who I don't know. Let's see. There's a lot of this field must be 256. There's a shitload of people in there.
Yeah, it was sold out within days when it sign up was open for it. It was sold out.
Michael Yednick, who is you guys probably don't know, he's from the U.S., is playing Romeo Rook, but Michael's a good player. He's like Sosi, another one of those guys you don't know, but is a good player. Niels Figen is playing some guy from the U.K., Harriet Haynes. Never heard of him.
No, never heard of him.
Marcos Sanz from Spain is playing Alan Hopkins.
Heard of him.
Oh, that's not the same Alan Hopkins. This is an Alan Hopkins from the UK, so it's a different Alan Hopkins.
Is there an Efren Reyes from the UK in it?
I don't know. I guarantee you the one from the US drinks more than the one from the UK. Ralph Souquet is playing Sean Hill, a player from the UK.
Well, that's an oldie, Ralph Souquet. He must be about 75.
Billy Thorpe's playing Eris Damouklakis, some Greek guy. Billy Thorpe's a good player.
Oh, I bet you can't beat this name, Steve. Polka Bala Muta Pika. How about that for a name in VP4?
I couldn't say it. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, FSR, is playing Bash Maksud, who, believe it or not, is from the UK. So, and that's the bracket. So I don't see Shane in there. God, hardly anybody from the U.S.
That's what I was saying. Is there any of the any of the other big
names?
No,
I missed him. He is in there. Shane versus Shane is trying to play all of the European Tour events. Let's see. We saw Skylar Woodwork. What about Oscar
Dominguez?
No Oscar Dominguez. What about Ryan? Well, Josh Roberts won't be in there. He never plays. Dustin Hall, he isn't there. All these guys that are really strong players in the U.S. not showing up. I mean, the thing is not that many U.S. players travel and play in these things. Billy Thorpe is.
They probably didn't get their sign-up request in soon enough, because they say when the sign-ups opened and that tournament was announced, boom, they were all in.
You know what? You travel to these things, and you got to come in the top 8 just to make your travel money back, and to really make money, you got to come in the top 3. It's
that's the problem. You've got to.
There's just not enough money. I mean, granted, there's more money in this than there used to be, but it's still, to try to be a pro pool player. Now, if you're Shane Van Boening, the Shane Van Boening is probably going to come in the top 8. I mean, he's, one of the greatest players ever, but
you've got to have good sponsorship deals to get the travelling expenses and that to come over to do something like that.
For most of these guys, the total prize fund is $200,000. So my guess is first place is probably going to be 40 or 50,000. It says it's May 30 through June 4th, Copper Box Arena, London. You know what that arena is? Is that where they play snooker too?
Never heard of it, Steve. I wouldn't know where it is in London. That's the first time I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. I mean, I'm going to look right now.
It's probably an entertainment centre. It's probably, corporate events and everything get held in it.
Copper Box Arena. Oh. Let's see. It's where the London Handball Bridge is. It's right on the River Lee. Let's see. Which part of London is this? So it's in Stratford. So it's pretty close to downtown. It's slightly north and slightly east of downtown London.
Stratford, is that know where Shakespeare was born? Am I just mixing myself up there? Probably. I don't know whether he was a pool player.
Let's see what's around here. Hackney Marshes, East Village.
Oh, it sounds as if it's in the outskirts. Doesn't sound as if it's right in the centre of the city.
It's not that far from the center. I wouldn't call this the outskirts. I mean, it's... Well, let me tell you how far away it is. Let's see. Where's the tool for... How do you get the tool for measuring distance in this thing?
I haven't a clue. I think you don't have to put. Is it Google Maps? I think you have to put
Measure distance.
the start and the destination you're going to, and it'll tell you.
Okay, so from the center of London, it's 2 miles.
Oh,
No, 2 miles, 4 miles. What is it? It's 5.13 miles. So it's 5 miles from the center of London.
Yeah.
Which, in most of the big cities in LA, that's still in the city. I mean, that's not that far.
Oh, I mean that's still in the. I mean, you've got the city of Westminster, which is where all of the political stuff is, but the actual city of London is a lot bigger than that. Yeah. So that's still in the city. Yeah. Well in the city.
So if any of you guys are living close to that, I mean, it's definitely, if you haven't gone to one of these pro tournaments to watch, it's definitely worth doing. I mean, and Matchroom puts on a good show. It might be worth your time to spend a few
Steve,
few quid and.
I'll be working, so it's only see that this is like what you Americans call this just down the road. It's actually it's about 440 miles from where I am down to London, and it's motorway all the way, but it's still
But you could take, that's a long drive. Even on a motorway, that's like 8 hours. You could take the train, right?
Yeah, but that's an absolute fortune.
Is the trains expensive?
Oh yeah, you're cheaper. You're actually cheaper hiring a car and driving down and driving back and paying.
That's too bad.
Yeah, the trains.
That's too bad. Trains shouldn't be expensive.
Yeah, I would love it. I mean, I would love them to see if they held one of them up at. I mean, we've got the SECC in Glasgow. We've got big venues like that could cope with one of these tournaments, no problem. So if they'd one of them up here, I'd be up there. I'd be straight up the road. That's only a 20-minute drive to get to it. I'd love to go to one of those events, but I think it'd be a long time coming before it ends up in Glasgow. I've been to plenty of snooker events in Glasgow. Scottish Open, I went there, saw Willie Thorne, and I think I was watching Mark Williams one afternoon. But anyway, that was a few years ago.
Oh boy, I'm looking at the picture of the sports arena. If this is where they're playing in the sports arena, this is nice. It's got it is an arena. It's got stadium seating. They're showing, I think what are they playing here? I don't know what the hell it is.
Play all sorts of stuff, but you could probably play ice hockey in it as well.
Yeah, this is some kind of sport where they got little poles with baskets at the end, but it's not basketball.
Oh, it'll be
what the hell is that?
It'll be netball, Steve. That's what it'll be.
Yeah, they're showing that. They got to do boxing, mixed martial arts, basketball, netball, handball, badminton, basketball, volleyball. Yeah, they got all kinds of stuff. This arena looks like it'll hold. I'm gonna guess this thing will probably hold
7,000 or 8,000.
Nah, I don't think that many. Maybe 4,000 or 5,000.
Well,
I say 5,000.
It must be relatively new. I mean, it could be an arena under a different name because you know how these sponsorship deals work now. You've got football stadiums over here named after companies that make biscuits and all sorts of crazy stuff. So then you lose track of the name of an arena. Alexandra Palace, the Ali Pali, everybody knows that. That's where the darts and everything's played.
Oh, boy, it is that many. I just looked it up. It's 7,500. That's what they say it holds. That's a pretty good size. That's more than I thought it looked like.
Yeah, and you think of the price of the tickets. So you get a full house there, you're raking in a fortune.
Well, tickets to something like pool would be cheap. I mean, I bet it's like 20 quid a day.
Well, they'll do a package deal where you can have the corporate one where you've got a room to yourself and you can have all the drink you want and half a dozen people in with you and pay a big few bucks and have the whole weekend, the 4 days or however it's on. It's usually about 4 days, isn't it? So there'll be corporate deals like that. But you could also probably, if you're just a normal person walking in off the street, you could buy the same sort of package just so that you're coming in each day and you save money buying it in a lump sum. I would definitely buy one of them out was up here.
I'm trying to find out what they want for tickets. Here we go. Ticket prices. Let's see.
Now,
UK Open. Day tickets are 15 to 25 pounds.
that's see nowadays that's cheap.
Oh, that's real.
So
I knew they'd be cheap. It's cool. That's really
yeah,
reasonable. A weekend pass is 40 pounds, and
that's even better.
the season pass is 95 pounds, which I'm assuming gets you into a
That's for all of
bunch of
them.
events.
Yeah, that's for all of them. The season
But you know,
pass.
for that money, I mean, you can't do anything. You can't get out of the pub for that money. I mean, that's
No,
a night at the pub's going to cost you more than that.
yeah. Of course, when you're in there, the price of the drinks will be through the roof. It
Well, yeah.
doesn't get you your beer free, but
Yeah.
it's that's still a reasonable price compared to what you think about what they want to go to actually watch a Premiership football match down in London. I mean, it costs you more than
Oh,
that to park the car, let alone get into the bloody
yeah.
stadium.
No, I mean it's a good deal. So you guys, I know some of you guys got to live around there.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, I know that Freeball lives down in London. There's a few other guys that play VP3 or play hanging in and around that area and could go to it. But I'll tell you something: most of them wouldn't have a clue the thing's on, and that just tells you how much they're interested in pool. They wouldn't have a clue it's on probably. But if I lived down there, I could tell you I'd be going to it just for the hell of just seeing all
yeah,
these players.
gotta wonder how many of these guys playing this bank pool tournament actually went on YouTube and watched some bank pool by
Yeah,
players that really know how to play to try to learn something.
yeah,
Probably not too many.
no,
But I bet you guys like Albin and Cobra are doing stuff like that
yeah.
because they want to win.
Oh, you know what? Here's something totally different. I watched a video today on YouTube. No, it wasn't. It was a program on TV I was watching while I was having a break, having something to eat. And I learned something about whiskey. It was a cookery program, but the guy was talking to a guy that owned a distillery up in, you know, northern Scotland somewhere. I can't remember the name of the town, but he's got various different qualities of whiskey. He had about 4 or 5 bottles lined up, and he was going to do a tasting with them. And but before he did that, he took him to the distillery part where he was actually feeding a tube from which looked like a big tub. You know, it was a big wooden tub, and the tube was going into a proper barrel. And he said, I'll let you fill the barrel." So the guy that was presenting the show was pumping the whiskey into the barrel. And something that I didn't know, this shows you how much I understand whiskey, because I hate the smell of it, let alone drink it. But anyway, the whiskey was coming out of the wooden tub and going into the barrel, and it was going to be in the barrel for 10 years. And that would be his sort of cheapest bottle of whiskey that they distill in that distillery. But when it was going in, it was all clear. It was like water. I never knew that,
Yeah.
right? So it was going into the barrel. It was clear, and it was 70% proof. And he had a little bottle of it, and he asked him, to take a sip of it.
It's going to be pretty rough. Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough.
He didn't take a sip. He actually dipped his pinky into the bottle and had a little lick at it, and it was lethal. But anyway, he said once it's been in the barrel for 10 years, that's what then gives it the colour, because that's then obviously the oak barrels or whatever barrels it is they've got it in. But he had another one that was the top of the range one was 25 years.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh God. And these things cost a fortune. But anyway, that's enough.
I gotta go, and you gotta go to bed.
I'm going to bed. I don't know why I started talking about whiskey. Thanks again, Steve, for joining us.
Thanks for streaming.
Well done to Albie. Good luck to Matt in the rest of the tournament. And don't forget to keep an eye out for Slim over the weekend and Monday afternoon if you're doing nothing. And
I'll do Monday. I can't do Sunday. I could do Saturday.
Well, I'll be here for Sunday for that match with LS3 and whoever it is she's playing, because I've totally forgotten. And I'll be here for Friday night 9 ball tomorrow night. So until we meet again, thanks again. Good night.
Good night, guys.
See you later, chaps. And ladies, if there's any watching.